Is it illegal to be a con man? Well, it's not because they scam people for the sake of money. They use tricks to make fools out of people. Although con artists don't have a degree, they can become anything at any time. Like actors, they can get into any character and can represent themselves as professionals, which they are not. And they are commonly known as con artists and con stars. In this video, we're going to reveal the 5 biggest cons in U.S. financial history. Number 1. Charles Ponzi. He is the most famous con artist known as Financial Con. He is an Italian swindler who came to America in the early 1900s. He was born to a wealthy family but later suffered from a financial crisis. To start a living, he worked as a postal worker, but then he was unable to continue it and he gave it up. With his university friends, he planned to live a jet-set life, so to try his luck, he went to America. He came to Boston with only $2.50 and then started trying different jobs from a dishwasher to a clerk to ultimately bank manager. He became a stealer. When he was a Banco Zarcossi, he observed stealing from Peter to pay Paul, and it became the trademark of his scheme of stealing. In 1920, he went to jail for forging checks, but still, he didn't learn his lesson. He used different coupon codes to produce a 50% profit in only 45 days. Thousands of people invested and lost their money in these coupons. His scheme finally blew up when an investor lost $10 million. He was then sent to jail for 15 years for this case. When he came out of jail, he settled in Brazil and died penniless over there. Number 2. Victor Lustig. He is the con artist who sold the Eiffel Tower twice. He had a lengthy record behind him as he commissioned stationery with the official seat of the French government. He went on to a well-regarded hotel and presented himself as a government official. He used his fake post to write letters to the top people in the scrap metal industry. He called them on a meeting and told them that the French government was about to tear down the Eiffel Tower. Not only this, he said that the scrap metal was to be sold to the highest bidder. In this way, the Eiffel Tower was scammed at least twice by him as the bidders flooded in. But finally, he got caught in 1935 when he was running a massive counterfeit banknote ring. He escaped from jail and went to New York before being recaptured. Then he was sent to Alcatraz, where he died in prison in 1947. Number 3. Ivar Krueger. He was a Swedish-born businessman and was the owner of several film companies, newspapers, banks, mines, and telephone and railway companies. He decided to form a monopoly to control the world's market in safety matches. For this purpose, international banks lined up to invest. He also loaned money to governments at single-digit interest while paying his investors a double-digit dividend. He used his bank statement to attract a continuous flow of new capital where fabrications were present. He scammed them, but his scams got unraveled during the stock market crash of 1929. He was in jail till 1932, and later he was found dead in his apartment. Number 4. Sam Israeli III. He was an American hedge fund manager. He was discovered by the Bayou Hedge Fund Group in the 1990s. He started faking his numbers around 1998, and his performance got poor as a fund manager. It was found out that his accounting firm was fooling his investors until 2005. In 2005, a redemption demand opened the truth of his schemes. He pled guilty and was sent to prison for 20 years. But he escaped the authorities by faking his own suicide. In 2 months, he changed into a nationwide manhunt and got featured on the America's Most Wanted list. He has now been in the prison of North Carolina for 22 years. Number 5. Bernie Madoff. Bernie L. Madoff's investment securities were basically a penny stock brokerage in the 1960s, and it was evolved by Madoff. It was one of the top market maker firms on Wall Street, and this investment scheme even spawned the world's largest Ponzi scheme. And it was found to be one of the biggest fraud schemes in history. Madoff was not an easy target. His potential victims were celebrities, people with high net worth, bigger institutions, and charity organizations. He scammed them and looted their money. The SEC investigated the firm's business multiple times, but they were unable to identify the massive fraud that was staring them in their faces. During the financial crisis of 2008, his son revealed all the secret schemes of his father to the authorities, and Madoff was arrested. He was sent to jail for 150 years. If you watched this video to the end, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. We will see you in our next video. Till then, enjoy and keep watching our videos.